Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Piofiore. And we're just picking up where we left off. We got taken away from the manor. A lot of shit happened in the last part. We saw Sister Sophia, we got attacked by Yang, we got attacked by Orlok, and then we got dragged and walked a million places all over the goddamn place to go to the hideout, which is literally probably next door to the police station or something. We were like, we walked around to come back to the same place. Yeah, I didn't want you to know where we were. I don't know. Like, maybe because then he thinks we'll be afraid to go out because we'll get lost, which is true. But at any rate, we're in a hideout and we passed out. And now we're waking up. Too much, Jeremy. Sorry. I recorded the last part and this part back to back, and I'm just freaking tired, but I need to get some stuff recorded, so here we are. Anyway, my goal was to do 2 parts of this today, so here we are. I opened my eyes at the sunlight and the chirping of birds outside. I opened my eyes to sunlight and the chirping of birds inside. More like the shrieking, but... Where am I? The room looked foreign, but as I grew more conscious, my mind slowly recalled what had happened. I immediately jumped out of the bedroom. I ran out to the living room, and there on the sofa was Dante. Is he sleeping? Oh, he's just sitting there. Awake? And you look a lot better than you did yesterday. Ugh, I'm sorry, Dante. I didn't know that I fell asleep. Unbelievable. You slept so soundly even after all that happened. Well, I was just tired because of everything that happened, you know? Dante chuckled, seeing me flustered and trying to make excuses for myself. It's fine. As long as you slept well. I have some cafe ready for you. Shall I? Why, certainly. Dante prepared the cafe latte with a generous heaping of milk and sugar. It tasted good. I could feel the warmth spreading inside me, loosening my tension. Say, Dante, how long are we going to stay here? I'm not sure, but I don't intend on leaving here until you're safe. I see, and so we lived forever in this place alone together. I nodded lightly as I remembered yesterday. Now we get to get close to him because we're going to be alone with him. It shouldn't be long until we exterminate them all so that you can go back to the church. Except for Orlok. That's what he said, but with what had just happened, I doubted I could return to church anytime soon. It can't be helped. I'll get it. You stay put. Dante carefully looked out the window to verify, then opened the door. Good morning to you. Did you both sleep well? Nicola came in, arms filled with several bags. Here's the breakfast panini, Dante. I also brought more for later. Where do you want them? Could you place any food items in the kitchen? I looked over the goods Nicola brought and breathed a sigh of relief. Did you come here alone? It must have been heavy carrying all of these. Not that I had a choice, really. I'm one of the few people who know of this place. Nicola placed the bags down and spoke in an apologetic tone. I'm sorry I was out when we were attacked, Dante. Are you really? 'Cause you know Orlok, and you were working with it, like, you were getting information from him, so I just feel like that's sus as fuck. Come to think of it, now that he mentions it. I didn't even realize he wasn't there. I mean, like, I wasn't paying attention, you know what I mean? But that is sus as fuck. Things might have been different if I'd been around. Don't worry about it. He had to take care of other things anyway. I suppose. I was gonna come here earlier, but taking care of Leo's message pretty much took all night. Leo's message? Come to think of it, weren't you telling him something before we left the manor? Yes, I gave him directives so that things would remain in control even in my absence. One of them was my message to Nicola to handle all the duties at the manor. It's tough playing the boss, you know. I think this is what you want, though. Ew, he's so fucking suspicious. I love him, though. I love him so much. I love this shady bitch. Nicholas shrugged and let out a sigh, but it seemed like he was handling things well. This is what he wanted. I was finally able to come here after taking care of all the petty issues at home. That sounds tough. Thank you, Nicola. Well, I'd hate for the public to find out we took a hit. We do have an image to maintain. So, did you have any problems? Not at all. In fact, as far as the public is concerned, It's business as usual for the Falzone family. We even made sure to bring in doctors we could trust to check on our men. Of course, that's not to say it was a cakewalk getting things under control, but I think I could have did a good job at keeping things intact. Good work, Nicola. What else is there to report? A lot more, but could we do it after breakfast? I haven't had anything to eat. Our breakfast ended up being the panini Nicola brought, accompanied by fresh coffee. Breakfast panini. Nicola continued his report during breakfast, informing us about what happened. Just want to know what's in it. Sounds delicious. 24 of our men were injured, with some requiring hospitalization, and no deaths to report. Thank goodness. We're looking for the assailant, but at this point we have no leads. And it's not like I have anything to do with him. You shady bitch! I love him. Look, I love the fact that I'm like, you shady bitch. I love you. So great. Nicola spoke more about the family as well as the current situation, both in and outside of the manor. I think that's about all I've got now. Nicola wrapped up his report just as we finished with breakfast. Let me brew some coffee for us. Grazie. Could you make it an espresso? Of course. And you, Dante? I'll leave it to you. I headed to the kitchen and heated up a kettle of water for coffee. After some thought, I decided to make an espresso and 2 cups of cafe latte. Enjoy! I set the coffee down and got myself seated. Dante looked directly at me and spoke. I don't believe you've fully comprehended the situation as it currently stands, which is why I'll explain to you the bare minimum that you should know, at least. You haven't explained things to her yet? She must have been quite scared the whole night, not knowing what was going on. I actually fell sound asleep. I must have been really tired. He couldn't explain to me because I was completely unconscious within moments. Dante noticed my red face and coughed slightly. I know this will sound strange, but let me explain to you what the Mafia really is. They're really starting from the basics. The Mafia originally began as the extra-legal guardians of local farmland. They prospered by developing their forces and allying themselves with those in power. I recall hearing that the word Mafia didn't always refer to the criminal organization. Then, did you know that the Mafia also referred to a secret society? Well, yes, though I'm not sure what's so secret about it. Just know that the Mafia possesses a vast amount of secret information within its families. The secrets is— oh my god, they're the Illuminati! I should also explain Berlone's unique situation. This town's under the Kingdom of Italy, but is mostly autonomous in its control. Do you know why Berlone has been given such authority? Because Berlone was originally a papal state. Papal state? Areas under the rule and order of the Pope and the state of the Church. Even since Berlone was joined with the Kingdom of Italy, the Church's influence is still strong, isn't it? Because the Phantom of the Opera is here, and I'm the key maiden to his grave or some shit. I'm just going with it. Exactly. And that's about all that most people are aware of. Is there any other reason? Or is there another reason, sorry? Dante replied in a serious voice. The reason why Berlone was under the Church in the first place can answer your question. It's because this town possesses a sacred relic. The Phantom of the Opera. I'm the Phantom of the Church, I guess, but... Sacred relic, a divine object often associated with holiness, including the remains of saints. It's believed that these relics bestow special blessings upon the land where they lie. In the medieval era, many fought countless times to gain rights to these relics to prove their right to rule. Saints. Phantom of the Opera is a saint. Interesting. A sacred relic? My eyes widened in disbelief. Dante nodded. And the Church views this land as special because of that relic. But the other towns have theirs, too. The relics are widely known and viewed as objects of faith. And that's the problem. The relic here has been kept secret from the public. Which is why the Church has made sure to keep the Kingdom of Italy away from this town. And the Falzone family is the keeper of the relic. We bear the mission of protecting this relic from all who seek it. Wait a minute, Dante! That's what he means when he said, we're the Mafia. Yeah, no, I mean, like, we're the secret society of the like, the other people the crime lords took it, like, we're... I can't keep up. The information was starting to confuse me, but Dante continued on. Oh! Do you know about the legend that's spoken of in this town? About the prophecy given by the angel who commanded the church to be built here? Is the angel the one that's buried, or is that Orlok? I'm just saying. The person who received that message was a Falzone. Really? But I thought the source of the legend was lost. And to the public, yes, though some of it may have been lost with time. Most of it was purposely obscured by our ancestors, especially as it relates to the relic. Nicola nonchalantly explained the details while Dante kept his eyes on me. The Falzone families protected the relic since before this town was built. Before the town was even built? I couldn't hide my confusion. Dante looked calm and continued to explain. Throughout history, we fought those who sought to rule this land, and at times sided with those in power. Over time, we became the de facto guardians of the land and its people. With each passing era, the activities of the Falzone changed, and here we stand today as the Mafia. Somehow, everything Dante told me seemed to make sense. Naturally, I had one question in mind. So, what is the sacred relic that you've been protecting? That I can't say. All I can say is that it's guarded by a special seal. Seal? Yes. It's the Falzone family's... Dante, I think you've explained enough. Huh? There isn't much else to discuss now. The rest concerns that which she doesn't need to know. No, she has the right to know after all that's happened. She also needs to understand the importance of her existence. But knowing that isn't going to change our situation. Shouldn't we prioritize what's important to the family instead? Wow, Nicola. Shady. No, there's nothing more important to the Falzone than our mission. Nicola's shady face, he's like, shouldn't we, like, happy face? And he's like, bitch. The silence between Nicola and Dante was making me feel uneasy. I held my cup in my hand so that I wouldn't make a sound amidst the silence. With all the discussion, our coffee went cold. I'll refill our cups, so why don't we take a break? I need some time to process things, too. Yes, of course. That would be fine. Nicholas sighed quietly as he rose from his seat and proceeded to the door. Nicola? I'm gonna get some fresh air. I'll be back by the time the coffee's ready. Dante and I were left alone together in the living room. I couldn't think of anything to break the silence. I quietly boiled a new pot of water and began washing our cups. I'm sorry. What? Are you all right? This must all be too much to take at once. Well, I can't say I wasn't surprised. Then again, every day has been a surprise since you brought me along with you. Also, you haven't gone to me and the Key Maiden and the fact that I'm probably going to have to sacrifice my life for this bullshit or whatever it is. I'm just saying, like, whatever it is, it's probably not going to be like, oh, okay. Maybe, but I'm just waiting for bad shit to happen. I suppose I've been very confused for some time now. This would be like, holy shit, no way, this is kind of cool. But, like, get to the me part. Why are people trying to get stabby with me? Dante stared at me in silence. It's better to know than not know. But it's far better for me to know than to not know what's going on. That way, I can think for myself and figure out what I want to do too, you know? Dante's eyes narrowed a bit as if he was looking at something bright. You're strong. Huh? Your spirit's well deserving of respect. I promise you in the name of the Falzone that I'll not lie to you from now on. I couldn't bring myself to speak. His piercing eyes were like looking into the Adriatic Sea in the winter. Dante took in a deep breath, then lowered his head slightly before speaking. I wanted to return you to your normal life without your knowing the details. I sincerely believe that was the best outcome I could offer you. Dante... But perhaps that was wrong. Dante spoke with a look that betrayed regret over his past choices. Dante, I finally understand that you were only doing what you thought was best. We both looked at each other in silence. Yeah, I'm back. I checked out the area, and it seems as though all's quiet out there. And then we should continue our discussion. Yes. I placed the coffee cups on the table and took my seat. Where did we leave off? Was it about the seal to the relic? You said it was guarded by a special seal. That's right. The relic is securely sealed so that it'll not be taken into unworthy hands. That said, we also have a way to break the seal in case of emergency. What do you mean by emergency? Like, the little hammer to open the fire extinguisher? Like, what's going on? For example, if Berlone is dragged into war or struck by disaster, we may be forced to move the relic to a safer location. I suppose you're right. According to legends, there are 2 things needed to break the seal. And they are? One is the Guardian's blood. Falzone blood. And that's the reason why the Falzone has striven to keep our bloodline pure. And the other thing needed is... Dante paused for a moment, then looked at me with resolve on his face. See, that would make sense because Nicola could open the relic because he's got Falzone blood, you know what I mean? So he could work with whatever side. So that... I'm just saying that's not helping his shady as fuck case, okay? And the Key Maiden. What Dante just said sounded like lore from an old fairy tale. But his expression said otherwise. These 2 are insurance to help protect the relic from unforeseen circumstances. And the Key Maiden is... Dante and Nicola both looked at me. You mean... me? But... Dante didn't correct me, but continued to speak. You should have a unique mark upon you. It's proof that you're the Key Maiden. Without thinking, my hand covered my chest. You were brought to the church in Berlone as the Key Maiden. The church selects the Key Maiden through astrological methods every 10 years. Since then, the Falzone family has kept watch over you from the shadows. Wait, does that mean you know who my real parents are? No. We weren't informed of your past from before you came to Berlone. I see. So, like, every 10 years. So, like, I should not be the Key Maiden anymore. They said every 10 years. It's not like I'm 10 years old. I don't remember anything about my life from before, so that means I was young enough to go into the church. Like, what are you trying to tell me, that I'm like 12? That's creepy. Like, she's an adult woman. Because she, like, most people leave when they get into their, like, let's say we're 18 to 20, right? Most people have already left the church, gone off on their own. We stayed. We're not a ward there anymore, so we're an adult. So we're 18 to 20. So you're trying to tell me that when I was, like, 8 to 10 years old, I was selected, but I don't have any memory? You have memories when you were 8 to 10 years old. You'd remember your parents, so... This doesn't make any sense. The math is not adding up. I feel like... every 10 years. So that would mean that we would not be the Key Maiden anymore. You were brought to the church as the Key Maiden. The church selects the Key Maiden through astrological methods every 10 years. So a new Key Maiden would be out there every 10 years. That doesn't make sense. This really does not fucking make sense. So, I feel like that's got to be some kind of an error, because maybe a translation error or something. Because we only there would be another Key Maiden, not us. And that makes sense. Oh, we got a new one every 10 years. So then it's like, they kidnapped me and then we went, not the Key Maiden anymore. Woo! You know what I mean? But we would not, like, our time would be expiring and we were brought to the thing to be the Key Maiden, which means at the time we were brought there, it was like, she's the next one. Yeah, none of that makes any sense. It's going to drive me bonkers. It does not fucking make sense, so. Figured we were born that way. You know, anyway. I see. I don't see. It makes no fucking sense. I'm sorry. Please continue. Right. Now, about the Key Maiden. Say, Dante, how about we stop here? Nicola interrupted Dante with a bothered look on his face. I don't think any more details are necessary. You've said all she needs to know, right? Dad, I don't think it's a good idea to put so much emphasis on the relic and the seal when it's only a legend. We'd be fools if it turns out that none of it was real. But I do have a sign. A scar on me. We called it a birthmark, but whatever. Maybe the Key Maiden is real in the way that the Falzone family is real. But there's nothing divine about it. You're both crossing a line into fantasy. He's being shady as fuck. You want to be like, oh, he's trying to protect me from what's going to happen. But no, he's shady. He's being shady as fuck. Yeah, he's sus. Are you implying that the Falzone blood and the Key Maiden are relics of the past? And that's right. Don't you know what year it is? It's 1925. We're in the 20th century. Bitch, it's 2020. We're fucked. Never mind. Just wait, in 100 years, there won't be 100 years from now. The world is over. How much longer are you going to place faith in miracles and legends? Yeah, this is... Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, his whole belief in this is shady. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe he's going to turn us over. I don't know if he necessarily is trying to piss off Dante so it doesn't seem like he's totally interested in the relic and the Key Maiden and all that stuff. Or if he's just like, oh my god, you're so pathetic, I'm going to sell her to Yang. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what his... Again, I don't know what his shade level is. But he's shady. And I don't trust him. I love him. But I don't trust him. Dante didn't answer. He simply stared at Nicola quietly. Nicola stared back with eyes like the calm sea. But soon enough, he looked away. I'm sorry. I suppose I got worked up there. I don't care what you think about my thoughts on the legend's validity. But what you've shared here is top-secret material. Talking about it was a mistake. She has the right to know as the Key Maiden. I see nothing wrong with it. Of course, I wouldn't have disclosed what was said here and... Oh. Of course, I wouldn't have disclosed what was said here had she not been dragged into our activities. I know you're a nice person, Dante, but those outside our bloodline can betray us. We don't have anything to prove that we can trust her. I mean, what am I gonna do? Was that too much? I'm sorry. You did disregard Dante's orders and left the mansion of your own accord, didn't you? I'm sorry. I couldn't refute it since what he said was true. I looked down in shame. I just feel like he was pulling some strings around that. Dante was looking straight at Nicola as he spoke. The best fucking, like, twist would be Nicola's 100% invested in the family, not shady at all, is actually a decent, sweet, wholesome person, and is totally like, I'm just doing everything to protect him. That would be the fucking twist I did not see coming. I'd be like, the fuck? Bitch, no, you aren't a nice, sweet person. Because he's just shady. He just comes across as shady. Like I said, he's shady. So, I'm expecting something. I just don't know what it is. Dante was looking straight at Nicola as he spoke. That's something for which I'm partially at fault. I didn't properly explain to her. I'll say it again. She has the right to know. This is my decision as boss of the Falzone family. Hearing Dante's stern words, Nicola shut his mouth and sighed in dissatisfaction. There's like some dissension with these two. Fine, I give up. But if we're going to talk, let's stay constructive. And there's nothing more to say about the legend. But what's important now is the current situation. Why did you bring her here? It's too dangerous for her to stay at the manor after the breach. But it's where our security is the strongest. All our men are there, and if anyone finds us here, I know you're the one who told them. Like, I'm just saying. This place is going to fall like a house of cards if the enemy finds out. I'm surprised you even considered this an option. No matter how secure the manor is, it's already allowed an enemy inside. That means that the enemy can infiltrate the premises at any time. He was also formidable. You and I may be the only ones who can face him. His target is space. Staying in the manor will only serve to endanger the others. Since we aren't there, the enemy won't be returning. So then, he'll still be coming after her. Yes, which is better for us. It sounds like Dante left the manor to protect everyone. Dante maintained his calm and continued the explanation. And there's another reason why we left. If the enemy can infiltrate the manor that easily, he could have attacked as soon as she entered our custody. There must have been a reason that he attacked only now. If so, going into hiding takes priority, then preparing ourselves while gathering intel. I see. I can understand that reasoning. It'd be unwise to take action without information. Oh, and there's something I didn't share yet in regards to the attacker. I spoke with our men at the scene and cross-referenced their descriptions of his appearance with my data. Nicola was smiling gently, but I could hear that his tone of voice was more serious. That person who attacked was my informant. His name is Orlok. Oh, he actually admits that he knows him. All right, okay. Look at how beautiful he looks. Look at how beautiful Nicola is when he looks at you with that sweet face. That sweet, innocent, like, I know him. It's so fucking shady. So shady! Beautiful faces like that give me trust issues in these games now. Our misguided rat hunt last time was because Orlok sold me bad information. I don't think he did. I don't think Orlok's as bad as he's supposed to be. I mean, look, I think he's got his mission and he'll kill people to get it done, and I don't know if he would care enough about us to not sacrifice us or whatever, but I don't think he's after us for bad reasons, unless we have to be sacrificed to, you know what I mean, but it was just about that then. Oh wait, it was just about then that Orlok struck, and the dots seem to connect, don't they? True. Furthermore, he called himself a disciple. The average informant wouldn't know about the disciples. And then Orlok must be associated with the church. It seems I've been had. I thought I did a thorough background check on him. Then again, I guess his background was too clean. There was absolutely nothing distinct about him. Can I ask a question? Who are these people that are calling themselves disciples? They're a group of people who monitor us to ensure we're properly fulfilling our role as guardians of the relic. They're disciples of the church. So they monitor the Falzone. I nodded and tried to absorb the information. And there's something else that bothers me. It's about when we captured that Lao Shu. He looked at her and called her the Key Maiden. He's talking about that time when... I love his snarky little face. The Key Maiden? I remember that very well. There are only a select few who actually know about the Key Maiden. Again, it makes Nicola look sus. Within the Falzone family, only those with Falzone blood in the upper echelons. Wow, Spacey, can't read. Blood in the upper echelons know. And even fewer know who exactly the Key Maiden is. Oh, Dante, are you getting sus? So, the Lao Shu got their information from someone else? Precisely. I'm sorry, but that is a look of like, shit! Nicola's look. We bought Orlok's intel to strike the Lao Shu, but it led us nowhere. At the same time, the disciple made his move and attacked our manor. That doesn't sound like a coincidence. I mean, they're trying to be like, Orlok sold the info to the Lao Shu. Orlok was seen with Yang. But I don't know... I don't believe that Orlok's motive... I mean, I could be wrong, but I kind of feel like if he's supposed to be protecting everything, he would take his job seriously, like so seriously he'd kill Dante to get to us, right? I don't think he'd sell us out to Yang. He was there, but I don't think he'd sell us out to Yang. I feel like he'd be like, I'm going to investigate him to protect me, type of a thing. For his own, like, this is my freaking mission, okay? I don't give a shit about you, I just care about the mission, and my mission is not to get you dead. Like, you know, Nicholas seems the shadiest one. But they're going to be like, oh, Orlok was working with Yang. Oh, I don't think so. I don't believe that. I think it was fucking Nicola. He is shadier than Orlok, which is saying something. It doesn't sound like a coincidence. Yes. And the disciple, or rather the church, is probably connected to the Lao Shu. That would connect the dots, but the church working with the Lao Shu? I couldn't and didn't want to believe that to be true. I mean, that could also be true. Maybe Sister Sophia's shady as fuck, but my bets are still on... Bets on Nicola being shady as fuck just because. He's just giving me all the shady vibes. When I met the leader of the Lao Shu, Yang, he mentioned he wanted in on the blessings. He also sounded like he knew more about what was going on. He may be getting his information from the church. And that's exactly how Nicola has orchestrated it. He's doing all the things. He's talking to Gilbert. He's doing this. Does Dante even know that Gilbert's involved? Or like, hey, no, cool, whatever you gotta do with the Lao Shu. If you need my help, let me know. Like, does he even know? I'm just saying. I heard Orlok say that they won't be offering the same protection they have been. Isn't that right? Yes, I recall hearing that as well. If so, maybe the Lao Shu intends on earning the church's protection in the Falzone's place. If they replace the Falzone, it'd be easy for them to take full control of this town. Or maybe the church simply has them working for hire. Why? That makes no sense. It's because it's like the Falzone haven't done anything to piss off the church where they're like, whoa, 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 you are not protecting our relic good enough. You know what I mean? I guess the church is a fickle bitch, but each of us were deep in thought, unable to come up with a clear answer. So that doesn't make any sense. It could be the answer, but it doesn't make sense. We don't have enough information to act on. What we can assume is that the disciple will try to target her again. Furthermore, it's clear that the church has turned on the Falzone family. You're right. Even if we don't yet know what the Lao Shu's true intentions are, it wouldn't be a stretch to assume they're planning to obtain rights to control the town. I mean, I kind of feel like, yes, the Lao Shu finds out about all this, wants in to be able to control the town. Absolutely believe that, but I don't think that it's the church that's turned on them. I really feel like Nicola's the one puppet mastering back here. You know what I mean? Though why Orlok is like, we're not going to offer the same protections. Like, I don't know. That's interesting. Wait, does this mean that Yang's going to be coming after the Falzone? Even if the disciples had no reason to strike our manor now, Yang still has a reason to weaken the Falzone family. And since you're here, the time's ripe for them to attack the manor again. You know what, I literally just... It's probably Burlone and Falzone, isn't it? Because my original intention was Falzone, but then when I was listening to the intro and they said it, and I realized, yeah, in Japanese, you wouldn't say... You'd say ne, like Falzone, ne, Falzone. You wouldn't just say Falzone. It would probably be too difficult. So I've probably been saying it. Doesn't matter, we're going with it. Because, like calzone doesn't have an... It's not calzone, it's calzone. Falzone. That's the way I thought it was, but then I heard the thing and it didn't even occur to me that I'm, like, trying to figure out how to pronounce all these Italian things by listening to Japanese pronunciations of Italian words. Wow. Someone has probably gotten so fucking triggered from the very beginning of this. Oh my god. Oh my god. It was so hard in the very beginning, too, because I was like, Falzone. No, that doesn't sound right. It should be Falzone. But alright, I'm going with the pronunciations that they said in the game, which was... What are we, like 6 hours into the game? And this literally just like crossed my mind like, oh. I've been so focused on the game that it's just like, and now all of a sudden in the back of my mind I was like, hey, stupid, do you realize? Sorry. We should really give Yang that fucking Irish accent now, I guess, just to fuck everything up. Well, we might have to just fix our pronunciations halfway through the game. Fix it. Falzone would be so much easier to say, I'm just saying. It really would. Alright, oh my god. I can't do Italian. I really can't, because especially when I watch an intro that's... I hope you're here for this kind of dumb fuckery, because that's just what we do here. Oh my god. Well, I'd feel like, oh, I feel so stupid, but at the same time, I don't speak Italian, and I was listening to the Japanese pronunciations to guide me in how to pronounce that, and I should have been able to do the math there. Funny. Talk about the game not making sense. Doesn't make sense that, like, they pick a new maiden every freaking 10 years, and someone is probably like, it doesn't make sense that you're pronouncing fucking Italian things with Japanese pronunciations. But, you know, hey. Can't be the brightest crayon in the box, okay? I'm just the sparkliest. That's it. Anyway. Right. That'll probably happen sooner than later. Yang won't let this opportunity slide. So then it's Burlone. Although I like Burlone. That sounds more fun. But it's Burlone. Oh, man. That's what I was going with originally. And then I heard it. I should not have trusted that. I should not have trusted the intro. Shouldn't have done it. I feel like a dumbass, but it's funny. Have fun. Chuckle and laugh. I'm going to guarantee you somebody was like, you don't say it this way. You say it that way. Guarantee you. And probably, like, there's going to be someone who says it in a helpful way. Oh, hey, it's actually pronounced like this. And there's somebody else who's going to be like, oh my god, what the fuck? Why don't you know, like, Italian? Because there's always some asshole. There's always someone with an, like, listen, if that was you, shut up. You don't know everything. But if you were that nice, kind person who was like, then I'm sorry, I haven't seen your comment because none of this is posted yet. But past me could hear future you screaming. It came through the void, and now, wow, I'm sorry. Anyway, I guess our efforts in reducing their numbers has already started to pay off. Nicola chuckled and shrugged with irony. Dante nodded briefly, then gave his orders. We'll fix our pronunciation and go back to what it probably should be. Nicola, I'll let you handle our men and get everyone ready to face the Lao Shu. Understood. What about you? My mission as boss of the Falzone family. Falzone family? Falzone? It's Falzone family, I'm sure. And now, you know what? I just gotta get so used to saying that, and now I'm gonna fuck up and say it the wrong way. Look, I always pronounce the Japanese names wrong. But I feel like when you're pronouncing Italian wrong, people are gonna get more triggered. Like, I should know how to pronounce Italian things better than I do pronounce Japanese things. But that's just weird, because I don't speak Italian. I don't speak Japanese either. Barely speak English, okay? Anyway. My mission as boss of the Falzone family is to protect her and the relic. Nothing supersedes that duty. 6 parts. You know what? And then 6 parts from now, we'll go back to the original pronunciations. I just want to fuck with everybody. Every time Yang comes on, we're going to give him a different voice. There was a tension in the air, but I mustered my courage to ask a simple question. If the Falzone family's been guarding the relic all this time, couldn't you speak with the church? Dante and Nicola both looked at me with surprise on their faces. What? Speak with the church? That's crazy. I mean, why would the church suddenly turn its back on the Falzone family? Maybe there's been some kind of misunderstanding. True. This is irrational behavior from the church, especially considering that the Falzone's not... Oh, the Falzone hasn't strayed from its mission. Perhaps we should determine why the church has suddenly decided to betray us. I was gonna say, if Nicola is like, I don't think you need to do that, then he's sus as fuck. And then let's wrap this up. It seems our priority is... Nicola paused for a moment, choosing his words carefully. To gather information and to find a way to negotiate with the church. Of course, we'll need to tend to the Lao Shu as well. Dante nodded in silence. I feel like Nicola's voice is all over the place. I placed my hand around my cup. It had grown cold again. Well, iced coffee's good too. So many things were being revealed, and I couldn't seem to get myself settled. As my thoughts took me into the night, I felt myself shivering from the cold. It's so cold. It's so cold. The bitter cold made me think of the warmth I felt with Carlo around. I hope Carlo isn't lonely. Carlo? I was literally just like, why couldn't we bring our cat? I heard meowing from my feet. Surprised, I picked up Carlo's small body. Why are you here? I brought him here. I knew it was going to be Leo. Leo, I didn't realize you'd come. I just got here, actually. I had to report to the boss. You see, are you all right? How's your wound been healing? You worry too much. It was really just a scratch. I'm all okay now. Thank goodness. Aww, I just want to rub his hair. Seeing Leo's bright smile put me at ease once again. You're here. What do you have for me, Leo? Boss, as you suspected, the loud shoe struck us at the manor this evening. Already? We're fine. The police arrived on the scene, so the loud shoe retreated pretty quickly. The police? They came? Yes, and it's all because of the boss. Your setup with Marco was perfect. It really minimized the damage done to us. I see. It's good to hear. I could feel the tension inside me dissipate after hearing Leo's report. I expected the loud shoe to leave when the police arrived, since they could be connected to the church. After all, I doubt the church wants to face the authorities of the Kingdom of Italy. So the Lao Shu won't attack the Falzone? Will they leave you alone now? For the time being. Their numbers have also dwindled, so I doubt they'll strike again anytime soon. But did we kill Faye and send his head back? I'm just confused. Did we do that? I don't know. But we can't move as an organization either. Yeah, the damage was minimal, but we did still take a hit. And that disciple hurt a lot of our members, too. I suspect we'll all be at a standstill for now. I felt unsettled at the idea that we didn't know what would happen next. That's all I have to report, boss. By the way, is Nicola around? Come to think of it, I haven't seen him. Knowing him, he's probably taking action on his own. I'll send him to the manor if he comes here. Nicola will handle things there as planned. Understood. As per your orders, the only one who knows of this place are Nicola and myself. No one else in the family knows, so I'll be the contact person for now. Good. Be careful that you're not being tracked. Yeah, I'll take my leave now. And something's gonna happen. Someone's gonna attack us here. Like, if Orlok finds us here, I'd understand that. But if Yang finds us here, it's absolutely fucking Nicola, because Leo would not betray us like that. You can't give me this good fucking boy and then tell me that he's gonna betray me. But no. Fuck you, no. That would be a twist I wouldn't expect either. The room was quiet again with Leo's departure. The time felt like it flew by with Carlo and Leo. It's pretty dark outside already. Say, Dante, I know it's a bit late, but how about I make dinner for us? It's fine. I'm not feeling hungry. I understand this may not be the time to relax and enjoy a meal, but you need to eat because of the current situation. Staying healthy is important. A full stomach could help lift your spirits. And then, if you could... Well, yes, I'll whip something up right away. It's gonna be a lemon tart, though, because I'm only good at desserts. Just kidding. I cooked dinner using the ingredients Nicola brought, then sat down at the table with Dante. Forgive me, it's a bit simple. No, it's enough. I should be able to make something better tomorrow. No, don't push yourself. Our conversation wasn't faring well. I couldn't seem to come up with any good topics, given the way things were. Here's the thing. How do they keep their bloodline pure? To keep the blood, like, you know what I mean? To, like, be able to protect, you have to have pure blood. But, like, your blood would still be... Like, are you saying you marry your cousin? So, like, he's like, well, I guess it sucks that Nicola's a dude. It's gonna be really hard for us to procreate, but he's my wife now. I mean, like, is that what it would have worked out? Like... How is he supposed to get married and have kids? You know, like, ancient times. Okay, we keep our bloodline... There is a point where, like, inbreeding's gonna take over and you wouldn't have anything this beautiful, is all I'm saying, so... And speaking of which, Dante set down his spoon and looked at me. I've eaten the dolce you made a number of times, but I believe this is the first time I've had your dinner. Oh, you're right. If only I can make dinner as good as Julia. No, it's good. It's comforting. Dante had a gentle look on his face as he spoke to me in a soft tone. I was pleased to hear him compliment my cooking. I washed the dishes after dinner and thought it might be a good time to speak with Dante. Dante? He's not answering me. Dante? Is he sleeping? Is he passed out? Do we get a CG? No wonder he wasn't answering me. He'd fallen asleep on the sofa. I need to see this, CG. Wake up, Dante. You're gonna catch a cold like this. Come to think of it, I was sleeping on the sofa last night as well. Huh. But I woke up in bed. He carried you there, stupid. Wait. Did Dante take me there? I was embarrassed at how long it took me to realize that. I was also kind of grateful that he showed such kindness towards me. But I can't carry Dante to bed. Also, there's only one bed! Not wanting him to catch a cold, I went around the sofa to nudge his shoulder. Dante, wake up. Is he going to grab us and cuddle us? What timing? Carlos suddenly pounced at my feet, swatting them with his tiny clawed paws. Oh my god, we're going to fall on Dante, aren't we? He's going to wake up with us on top of him. Oh, sexy. Ah! I lunged forward, extending my arms out to keep myself from falling. Punches Dante right in the face. Oh my god, we are embraced. He wakes up. He's like, hi, a little forward, huh? I found myself looking right into Dante's face. Did I just let out a scream? Or maybe I touched him a bit. Dante's eyelashes fluttered, and his eyelids opened slowly, revealing a cold azure blue. His face? What's the matter? We are literally leaning over him. This is sexy as fuck. It's not what you think. You were asleep, so I just wanted to wake you and... I see. I didn't realize I'd fallen asleep. But why are you on top of me? He was looking right at me, but it seemed he wasn't fully awake yet. But soon, the haze in his eyes started to clear, and... I noticed a tinge of red sweep across his cheeks as he began to stutter. So cute! We embarrassed him! I love our marshmallow! What's going on here? I quickly replied. I didn't mean to! Nothing? Nothing! This is just a coincidence! But if you didn't do anything, you wouldn't be in this situation. I'm telling the truth! I wasn't trying to do something to you while you were asleep! That doesn't sound shady! Well, even if you did, I could probably counter and pin you down easily. This was just an accident! Really! I understand it wasn't malicious, but what do you want me to do here? Huh? I'm like, me too. We're both, huh? If you can't push yourself back up, I can help. That is, if you don't mind me holding you. Wait, let me think for a second. I needed to somehow make space between Dante and myself, but I couldn't move because he was too close. I could feel my heart beating faster now. What should I... My mind was starting to overheat. Because he's gorgeous, and she's like leaning over him and like pinning him down. Looking into his beautiful eyes was mesmerizing. I couldn't get my thoughts together. I felt like I was floating on air. Dante wasn't saying anything. He's a little embarrassed too, but he's like, this is embarrassing. You're just staring at me. What is happening? We were both just staring at one another. I wonder how long we've been like this. I came to my senses and moved away. I felt my hands, my body, coming into contact with his when I pushed myself back. But I needed to move or else I didn't know what would have happened. I straightened myself up and tried to continue what I was going to say. I just love that. Then the cat just swiped at my feet and I fell into his lap. I love it. It's like, oh, for God's sakes. It's hilarious. If you're going to sleep, you should go to the bedroom. You'll catch a cold here. And you're right. He nodded, then stood up from the sofa. Good night, Dante. Good night. You should go to the bedroom. Where are you going to sleep? With that, Dante walked slowly on shaky knees, as if he were ready to sleep. Maybe he's like, oh god, what just happened? I'm gonna have to live with Dante here for a while, aren't I? Just thinking about what happened was making my heart race again. I shook the thought out of my head and quickly headed to my bedroom. Okay, so there's multiple rooms. I should go to sleep already. After all, there's no telling what may happen. I thought to myself sternly. Even so, after changing my clothes and climbing into bed, I could feel my heart race even faster. Because now you're in bed thinking of Dante. Oh, well, hello. Oh, chapter 6. Chapter 5 was kind of a short one, huh? Coscienza? Coincidence? I don't know. It had been a week since we moved into the Falzone's hideout. Life here was a lot more peaceful than I expected. There wasn't anyone around to cater to us, unlike when we lived in the manor. But this place felt a lot more like home. It made me feel a bit better than before. Also, ever since we moved in, I've noticed things I hadn't noticed before. Morning arrived. I stood in the kitchen, boiling some water to prepare our morning coffee. Oh, that's me. Oh, good morning, Dante. Good morning. Breakfast will be ready soon. You can have a seat at the table if you'd like. Dante headed to the table without a word. Didn't seem like he was in a bad mood. He just wasn't a morning person. I feel him. He wakes up on his own, but he rarely ever spoke right out of bed. Come to think of it, I don't recall seeing Dante at breakfast with the others before. Would you like espresso or maybe a cup of cappuccino? Cappuccino with plenty of sugar? He didn't answer, but it looked like he nodded. Just a brief, little, tiny head nod. His somewhat childish behavior brought a smile to my face as I worked. Good morning, Carlo. I'll get your milk ready right now. Here you go. We were saying that to Dante, not the cat, but for some reason I said it like I was saying it to the cat. I set down a plate of ricotta cheese with honey and a cup of sweet cappuccino. Dante clasped his hand together in a short prayer, then began eating. Back at the church, we made very hearty breakfast for all the children, but breakfast was usually a lot simpler. It usually included breads like brioche or cornetto, accompanied by a cup of coffee. It seems like Dante eats more when he's served ricotta. After serving Carlo his milk, I sat at the table. What you doing? You throwing things? Did you eat that whole entire thing already? Hold. Oh my god! Little demon bird! I just gave this to you! How you eat that? What? I'm not yelling at you. You was a brat. How you eat this whole thing? You crazy burb! That was a giant piece of orange thing that was bigger than you. I'm gonna put it on the top of your cage. You're cowering over there like you think I'm yelling at you. I'm not yelling at you. You're crazy. Don't bite me, nasty bird. Oh my god, it was like a mineral block. I can't give it to him because he literally gnaws through them in a day. I just gave it to him. It was the size of him. It was the size of you. Crazy ass bird. Like I haven't given one to him in a while, but he like plays with all the paper on the bottom of his cage. So I was like, all right, I'll give you a mineral block. You haven't had one in a while. Gone. The fuck, bird? Just shreds them. Anyway, after serving Carlo his milk, I sat at the table. Dante, would you like more honey? Please. He never verbally expressed his dislike of certain foods, but it did show. His brows might twitch or he'd stop chewing. I started to take notice of these quirks. That's so cute, though. I think he likes this breakfast. That she's just noticing, like, he doesn't like that. Like, she knows his poker fucking moves. Good. Looks like the amount of sugar in this cappuccino is just right. It was quite delicious. Thank you. You're welcome. Dante's expression looked a lot sharper now after he had his breakfast. I decided to speak to him since he seemed bored looking at his empty plate. Oh, I'll take care of it. Thank you for taking care of everything. Don't mention it. Back at church, there was a lot more to clean, so this is nothing. I bet he's noticed that I've been doing all the chores because of what happened. It was the day after we arrived here. Dante offered to help with chores, only to accidentally break the dishes. Because he's used to having people take care of him! He doesn't know how to clean a dish! It's cute. It wasn't that he was clumsy, he just wasn't accustomed to doing common chores. I never expected him to handle things like this anyway, especially as the family's boss. So I asked him to leave everything to me. But I suppose it's made him feel like he's forcing me to do everything. He does ask if there's any way he can repay me, though. Ironic, considering he's the one taking care of me with all that's happened. With all that's happening, sorry. Still, I couldn't hold back a smile at the thought of him trying his best to help me out. Just when I finished cleaning up, Leo came to visit. Yeah, I'm here to report to the boss. I also brought some food, so I'll drop it off in the kitchen. This much? Must have been heavy. Thank you, Leo. No problem at all. If you need anything else, feel free to let... Huh? Come on, Carlo. Don't bite my feet. That's dangerous. I could step on you. I'm so sorry, Leo. Carlo, go over there and play, okay? Like the cat's gonna listen to you. It's a fucking cat, not a dog. Leo goes in the... Oh, no, you meant the cat. Okay. Don't you get in trouble now, Carlo. Well, that's all the food for today. Thank you very much, Leo. Leo coughed a bit to clear his throat, then went to see Dante. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, boss. I'd like to report that... The Lao Shu and Church are making their move. There haven't been any developments on that yet. Nicholas is currently trying to get in contact with the church. But it isn't going well, so he mentioned that he may need to go to Rome to see them. I think that's shady. I don't think... He's trying to contact the church. I don't think he's trying to contact the church. Is anybody checking on him to make sure he's doing it? Because I don't think he is. I think he wants us to think... I don't trust him. I love him. I do. Don't get me wrong. I love him. He is beautiful. But he is shady. We've said it a million times. Every episode I say this, but I'm just saying. I don't trust him. My shoulders fell a bit, hearing that things weren't going well with the church. I'll think of a backup plan. Here, these are my orders for today. I'll make sure this gets relayed. I'll report back if anything of interest happens. I'm sorry for bothering you so often. I'll take my leave now, boss. Leo bowed his head to Dante, then looked toward me and Carlo with a smile. I'll bring more good things to eat next time I'm here. I'll see you again too, Carlo. Thank you, Leo, and be careful. Leo took off after playing a bit with Carlo on his way to the door. I heard rustling behind me and turned to see Dante going through the newspaper Leo brought. Read anything interesting? A discussion's being held in Locarno, Switzerland. Locarno? A discussion? About what? To put it simply, several European countries are in talks to bring peace to the region. If the treaty's signed, the conflict in Germany should dissolve in a peaceful fashion. That's wonderful. Yes, and it also means that there'll be more stability among the countries involved. And that should help alleviate some of the tension that could otherwise lead to warfare. I do hope they all come to an agreement. The Falzones must have trade relations with other countries, which would explain why Dante was so keen about world affairs and the economy. We also gotta make sure war ain't coming to you so you don't have to pack up that fucking Phantom of the Opera and move them out. I went to the kitchen to brew fresh coffee so that Dante could enjoy his paper. After serving lunch, I had some spare time. With nothing else to do, I decided to tidy up the place. Not that it was dirty, but there were a few spots here and there that were bothering me. I cleaned the kitchen already, so today I'll clean the living room. Clean around Dante. I'm sorry, Space. Huh? It looks like I'm burdening you with all the housework. Don't worry about it. Like I said, it was far more work at the church. Cleaning after 2 people is nothing. Not only that, I feel a lot better being able to do something rather than just sit around like before. I see. Well, you seem adept at what you do. May I ask how life was back at the church? I had my older sisters, some friends close to my age, and a lot of small children. I chuckled as I recall how loud and busy the church was. It was very noisy, day in and day out. Cleaning was a challenge, and the only time things were quiet was when everyone was either eating or sleeping. A challenge? Couldn't imagine. Did you have a hard time with it? Why, yes. The children were always playing outdoors, so it was always a battle to keep things clean. Do you mind if I ask how you were back when you were a child? I don't recall much, though I don't think I lived like other children. Well, I do recall sneaking into the kitchen with Nicola to grab a bite to eat. So you did have a naughty side. Of course, Julia certainly scolded us, which explains why I can't seem to argue with her now. I wouldn't have expected that, considering your position. I suppose I've matured since then. Still, Nicholas seems to be able to read me like a book, even today. Perhaps it's mutual. After being together for so long, we just know each other by heart. Sounds like a love story. But also, it's like, oh, you think you can read him, but I think he's sus. And I don't think you can actually read him, and I think it's going to crush you. think he's really going to crush you. I mean, maybe he's not, but I just, like I said, I felt warm inside simply looking at Dante with that gentle smile on his face. Sounds like you were raised together like siblings. Feels a bit strange having Dante talk to me about himself. I learned more about who Dante was, and best of all, we were able to speak with a smile. I'm sorry, I'm joking. Meanwhile story. Patience. We're going to go to this story, but we're not going to read it because we were at time, so... Ooh! It's Yang! Oh my god, I want to read it. Okay, you know what? We're going to read it, and then we're going to go back, and then we'll stop at that other scene. So we're going to go a little over time because I want to read this.
Say, Yang, can't I make a move yet? How come you're not letting me do anything?
Her dress is so fucking cute. I love it. Again, like I said before, now's not the time. There's no need to rush things.
I'm not rushing or anything. But there's no way I can stay still after getting that sent to us.
And that's your problem, not mine. That's your problem, not mine. No. Oh my god, they did kill him! Oh my god! I didn't think they joked about it, like, I will just kill him and send his body back to him. And then Yang was talking about someone's head, but I didn't think it was Faye he was talking about, because Faye's too young to have been like, oh, my person back in the... But when they said that, I was like, I wonder if they did that with Faye. Maybe he was referring to Faye, but it just seemed like he would have been referring to somebody older, but... Because Faye looks so much younger. Faye's stupid move cost him his life.
Well, yes, but feels weird not to be doing anything. It's no fun without Faye around. I want to give the Falzones a taste of their own medicine.
Shut up.
Okay, fine. But how long are we gonna wait?
Who knows? I don't plan on waiting forever. If they won't make their move, I guess I should make mine instead. Interesting. I could have a conversation with them now without worrying. I'm like back at the manor. We're having this peaceful thing, and Yang's over there like with the head in a box. Like, I don't know what they did with Faye. Faye's dead, but like, they're over there like, argh! And we're like happy, having a good time. Wow. I was happy that things had changed for the better, even if just a little. Yeah, it was only a couple minutes, so there you go. Perfect timing. Woo. This bitch. I love him, but he's shady. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here, and we will continue on in the next part. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.